Hi, in this video I'm going to give a short overview of what's inside the 2012 Blogger or Blogspot dashboard. This is for beginner bloggers, so if you're looking for more advanced videos, more will be uploaded soon, so you'll have to wait a little bit. After logging in from blogger.com, you'll be taken to this section here, where all of your existing blogs should be listed. I only have one blog here, so let's go ahead and click on that. The first thing you'll see is an overview of your page views and news from Blogger, as well as several helpful Blogger guide articles here. This is a fairly new blog, so there's little to see here. What I usually do when I'm working on a very new Blogger or Blogspot blog is to head over to the settings section here. Under the basic settings, you can see the title and description that appears on the header section of your blog. So that's the information appearing right there. Also under the basic setting is privacy setting. You also need to check this setting here if you want people in search engines to find you. You should set this to listed on Blogger and visible to search engines. Under the publishing blog address section, you can set the URL of your blog. The default URL of free Blogger blogs always has the extension blogspot.com. But you can go for a custom domain if you want to drop the Blogspot bit. There'll be a separate video on how to do that. Under the permissions section, you can add authors if you want other people to co-author your blog. You can also edit your blog readers. This is where you can restrict your readership to a select few if you wish. Next to the basic settings is the posts and comments settings here. We won't go over every part of this section, just the important ones. Under posts, right here, you can specify how many posts appear on your homepage. Here, I've chosen 7 posts to appear on my homepage. In the comments section, you can specify if you want your comment form to be embedded or to appear on your post page, just like this. This is an embedded comment form. Or you also have the option to set it as a separate full page comment form or a pop-up window comment form. You can indicate who can comment on your posts. I've indicated anyone here, but you can also restrict comments to only those who are registered, only those who have Google accounts, or only members of this blog. You can then enable comment moderation. I've set never here, but comment moderation is a good idea if your blog is already popular and has lots of visitors. If comment moderation is on, you can choose to screen the comments before they get published on your blog. You can also opt to show word verification before comments are posted to limit the number of spam comments entering your comment section. For example, like this one here. So comments before they get posted, commenters need to type some text on the box here. This will prove that they're actually humans and not just robots posting comments. Another option in this section here is to show backlinks. You can enable this if you want to find out what pages or posts link to your posts. These pages linking back to you will show under your post. The comment form message right at the bottom is where you can type a short message that will appear above your comment form. For example, let's type a message here. And let's save settings. Let's take a look on how that will look like on the blog. So let's just cancel this and hit reload. So if you take a look at the sample here, you'll find the exact text that we typed earlier found above the comment form of your blog post. Under the mobile and email section, the most important section here is the comment notification email. You need to specify an email here where notices will be sent when someone posts a comment on your post. The next section is language and formatting. You can change the language of your blog as well as the time zone. You can also edit the way dates and time appear on your posts and on the comments. Next is the Search Preferences section. The meta tags area here is where you can put a description about your blog. This is not the same as the description that appears under your blog title. The meta description is what search engine robots look at to determine what your blog is about. This is also what search engines use on the description section if or when your blog gets listed in search results. It's very important to put words in this section that clearly define what your blog is about. Some bloggers perform keyword research, which is a component of SEO, to find out which words are best to place here. We won't get into SEO right now, but again, there will be a future video for that. So let's take a look at what the meta description will look like if we search for the site in Google. So as you can see here, this is exactly the same meta description that has been typed into Blogger. Errors and redirections is where you can put a message on your page not found page. This is what people will see if they try to look for a page on your site that doesn't exist. The custom redirects is where you can specify a page on your site to redirect to another page when someone loads it on a browser. For beginners, we can skip this for now. We'll also skip crawlers and indexing, since playing with settings here when you're not sure what you're doing can potentially harm your blog. Next is the Others setting. Under Blog Tools, you can actually import the posts and comments of another existing Blogspot blog into yours. Under Site Feed, you can adjust the settings of your blog feed. Feeds are simply a way to syndicate your content. People can subscribe to your feed, and they'll get updates when you publish fresh content. My blog feed is under FeedBurner, so I've set the FeedBurner feed URL here. This means that when people subscribe to my feed, they'll get emails of my latest posts from FeedBurner. You don't have to put your feed into FeedBurner. You can leave this blank, and your default feed will still run. The last important part I want to show you is the Google Analytics area here. This is where you need to put your Google Analytics ID. Google Analytics is another service from Google that lets you track the number of visitors and the behavior of these visitors on your site. You can find out where they come from and how they got to your site. First, you need to sign up for a Google Analytics account to get an ID. So we're done with the settings. Let's take a look at the posts. When you click on Posts, you'll immediately see a list of your published posts. If you want to create a new post, simply click on the New Post button up the top. Up the top is where you place your title. The box here in the middle is where you type your content. You can also format your content using the formatting options here. To the right, you'll see Post Settings. Labels is where you can specify a category for your post. For example, if your post is about training your dog, you can have a label called Dog Training. Every time you create a post that shares the same topic, you can use the same label. The end result is that all posts with this same theme will be grouped together under one label. Under Schedule, you can choose a different date when your post will get published. You can also specify a location. Under Search Description here, you need to write a description for your post. Just like the meta description area I showed you earlier, this is the bit of text that search engine robots look at to determine what your post is about. A little while ago, I showed you the meta description section. That description was for the blog in general. This search description section is specific to this specific post. Again, a little SEO knowledge might help you here. Under options, make sure you've ticked allow comments if you want people to comment on your posts. Next to the post is the pages section. You can use this part here to carry the text that don't get published at the front of your home page. I use pages for information about my blog that don't often change. If you look at this blog, the pages are right at the top nav bar here. So let's click on the About page and you'll see some text here about this blog. Next is the comments section, where the comments on your posts can be found. Next is the stats section. This is where you can gather some information about how many page views you've had and where your visitors come from. It's a little similar to what you'll see in Google Analytics account, except that Google Analytics is a more powerful and comprehensive tool. Earnings section is where your earnings get logged if you have an AdSense account and AdSense ads are on your blog. Under the layout section, you can add gadgets. I was able to add a search bar, a subscribe form, the members of this blog, and the blog archive using the Add a Gadget feature in the layout section. So if you click on Add a Gadget, you'll be given options of the gadgets that you'd like to add in your sidebar. Lastly, we have the template section. Here you can change the theme or template of your blog by clicking on the Customize button. You can choose a different theme. Or you can tweak the settings of your current theme. For example, you can choose a different background. You can adjust the width of your blog also. You can also choose a layout that has multiple sidebars. Or you can change the font and the font colors. You can even add CSS in the Add CSS section for custom blog formatting. Here, I've added CSS to minimize the space between my blog title and description. When you're happy with your custom options, click Apply to Blog. And that ends our quick tour of the Blogger dashboard. Stay tuned for more videos to come from the Basic Blog Guide.